True or false? Because sine of negative t equals negative sine of t, the sine of a negative angle is a negative number. Alright. So what they're saying is, because sine of negative t equals negative sine of t, the sine of a negative angle has to be a negative number. Okay, well that will be false. And let's think of some ways that we can justify our answer. Alright, so going around the unit circle, the sine of negative t, so t can be any angle that I want it to be. So I would like to pick something counterexample to this. I want one that is not, the sine of a negative angle is a negative number, something that shows that is not true. So I'm going to pick, like, let's see, about negative 7 pi over 6. Because this angle is a negative, I'm going clockwise. I picked an angle that I'm familiar with from the unit circle. So the sine of negative 7 pi over 6. Well, the sine at that value is positive 1/2. So there's a counterexample. I have the sine of a negative angle that is not a negative number. So if you only pick small angles, remember sine is going to relate to our y value. So if I only pick small negative angles, then sure, all of these angles would have a negative sine value because they all have a negative y value. But as long as you get bigger than pi, at least temporarily, between pi and 2 pi, as long as I turn pi plus this much more, all of those should be counterexamples. So anything from negative pi to, here's negative pi, to negative 2 pi. Alright, so I have one counterexample there. Let's go ahead and go a little bit further and find another one so you can see that another one of these angles works. So if I do negative, let's go all the way to here. So negative 7, 8, 9, let's go to negative 10 pi over 6, which reduces to negative 5 pi thirds. So again, the sine of a negative angle, but I'm familiar with this angle, and the sine here is not a negative number. So there's another good counterexample. Now, notice if you went smaller than negative 2 pi, again for a while, these angles would not be good counterexamples because you would have a negative angle and a negative ratio for sine. But anything between negative pi and negative pi over 2, and then if you skipped around, you could do it again depending on how many times you wanted to go around there.